Our Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our story. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. And what a show we have planned for you today. I'll be making a wonderful dish with my special guest, and we will have reports from my roving reporters out in the field of interesting places to visit in our story country. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's welcome my very special guest, Destiny Disaster, from right here in Sweet Swine County. Welcome, Destiny.
Hello, I'm happy to be here. So when your producer called me and asked me to be on the show, I told him I didn't know much about you. I hear that you are a published author, as well as won many awards in the culinary arts.
Well, yes, I have. Are you interested in the culinary arts?
Me? No. I don't cook. I do not wait on people. I let them wait on me.
Oh, really? You don't cook?
No.
Well, how did you end up here in Sweet Swine County, tending bar over at the watering trough?
Well, Betty, that is a long story. Do you have a few days?
Well, not really.
Well, there's some things I can't tell you anyways.
Well, that's okay. I see Lewis is telling us that we must get started. Here, try this wine from Grand Slough. It's a new winery over there. Have you ever been there?
I have been almost everywhere.
Oh, really? Well,
What year is this?
no, month. It's last month. It's very new. It's a fresh wine. Well, anyhow, my reporters out in the field, they search around and they find the most interesting places to visit, and then they report back to us. Would you like to hear from some of them?
Why, absolutely.
Let's go to report right now.
Howdy, partners. Abby Appetite here to fill you in on what's cooking in the heartland today. You know, there's nothing I like more than good, stick-to-your-ribs, down-home cooking. You won't forget your appetite, because you're traveling with Abby Appetite. Doggies!
The Hansen family opened the Cup and Saucer in the summer of 1953, where it quickly became a staple in the local community. The cafe served as a local attraction for Sherburne residents for more than 50 years before closing its doors in 2011. Successful businessman Gene Shepman, originally from Sherburne, and his wife Carmen could not bear to see the only remaining cafe close and invested their own money into renovations and quietly reopened the restaurant in the fall of 2012. They intended to run the establishment until they could find caring people to take it over. With the help of a business administration capstone course from Bethany Lutheran College and the Economic Center for Development, Shepman launched an essay contest to find the next owners of the town's beloved cafe. We, Seth and Elizabeth Lintelman, have always dreamed of owning our own restaurant, but knew our dream would likely never happen because of the financial burden of starting a business. However, our luck changed with one well-written essay and a demonstrated drive and passion to make an impact in the Sherburne community. Together, we have more than 20 years of restaurant and management experience and are well acquainted with the demands of working in the hospitality field. Having been raised in Fairmont on a hog farm, Seth is passionate about fresh, local, seasonal product. Our goal is to offer affordable, modern American cuisine with an emphasis on seasonally fresh, locally grown, and sustainably raised product. Our mission is to provide a new, fresh, and innovative food concept to southern Minnesota by partnering with local farmers and businesses. We strongly believe in using local networks and are confident this partnership will not only result in better food quality, but also help strengthen our ties within the community. We want to help support the local economy just as much as we hope they will support our venture. We have lofty goals and big dreams for the Cup and Saucer and appreciate your patience as we make gradual changes towards these milestones. We currently operate in a kitchen where our only means to cook is with 4 burners and an oven. Nevertheless, we remain committed to serving quality product, which is why our hours and menus are limited. With that being said, we like to keep things fresh and feature great specials, soups, and desserts, which change daily, so we encourage you to come back often. We are open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook, write a review on Yelp, and thank you for dining at the Cup and Saucer. Live simply, love generously, care deeply, speak kindly.
All those places look like great places to visit. All that travel makes me hungry. So, isn't this a cooking show? Aren't you gonna cook something for me?
Oh, yes, you and I, we're going to be cooking today. And in honor of your visit, I decided to make Italian hot dish. You do like Italian food, don't you?
Italian food, I love Italian food. Out east, they have some of the best Italian restaurants. You ever been to any of those?
Oh, well, I've been to a few. Yes.
And did you say hot dish?
Oh, yes, a hot dish. That's like a casserole, a Midwest casserole. We have tomato sauce, oregano, garlic. Those are all Italian seasonings, right? Right?
I guess so.
Yes, and I made the sauce. I have hamburger, tomatoes, and all of those good spices in here. And I've cooked the noodles, and I've drained them, and now we're getting ready to put them together. And, okay, would you stir that for me so we can put it into the baking dish?
Sure, I guess.
Just stir it all together. That's the Midwestern way. We put our casserole together that way.
Wow, I'm cooking it up with Betty.
Doesn't it smell good?
Well,
You know, it's the secret seasonings. I've been working on them, trying to get it just right.
it sounds and smells kind of like Italian food, but it doesn't look like it. So you got a secret ingredient or something in there?
Well, I have a secret ingredients that I use with many of my recipes, but they are secret. I only sell them in a packet if they send for the recipe. Now I'm going to put this into the baking dish. We're going to put some mozzarella cheese on top, and then we're going to put it in the oven to bake. We've just finished putting the cheese on there, so let's go, while we're putting this into the oven, and go to another report from our What's Cooking report.
Lenny Leftover on the road, checking out the dining options for this special report of What's Cooking. The food was so great, the only leftover in sight was I, Lenny Leftover.
I took a step back in time at the Main Street Pub and Grill in Bancroft, Iowa. I strolled around the large bar, dining room, and party room, and I was amazed at all there was to see and do. The decor was so unique, from the old-fashioned streetlights that lined the room to the interior street representing Bancroft stores from the 1900s. This pub is a must-see. The Main Street Pub and Grill is a family business which includes John and Jan Hellman. The family remodeled the old department store in Bancroft, which was built in 1898, and were able to save the original tin ceiling, hardwood floors, and brick wall. The Main Street Pub and Grill offers a great dinner menu, from steaks to seafood to chicken, ribs, and pasta. Enjoy games? The Main Street Pub and Grill has a roomy area for playing pool and foosball, as well as music and a large TV to entertain those who want to sit and spend time with friends or just get away from the everyday hustle. I would highly recommend a visit to the Main Street Pub and Grill in Bancroft, Iowa. You'll be glad you did.
Well, we're back, and while that finishes cooking, if you that know how to cook at home would like a copy of the recipe, you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope with $2 to Cooking It Up with Betty. The recipe is Italian hot dish, care of KLUK Television. Or you can go online and get the recipe there.
Yeah, well, that is not real Italian cooking. Have you ever been to an Italian restaurant?
Oh, of course I've been to an Italian restaurant. You know, the folks down at the church suppers just love that recipe. They just eat it up.
At the church suppers?
Yeah, well, of course, at their church suppers. Real Italian food, there's nothing artificial about my food. And I sure hope you learn how to cook someday. You know, I have a beginner's cookbook you could lend you.
I have never been a beginner at anything.
Well, maybe you better learn how to cook before you start mulling off about cooking. Oh, we're almost out of time. Thank you for being on my program today. Thanks to my roving reporters out in the field, and thanks to you, my home viewing audience. I hope you come back next time for another exciting episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. Bye.